And welcome back to TEW 2016, the Shockwave Friday night show. And we have our pre-show matches, where we have the Hype Bros defeating Miller and Fawn, who are a tag team in NXT and actually performing better than Mojo Rawley. And trying to get Zack Ryder's momentum back with a win here and there. Next up we have Jack Evans defeating Daivari. I'm trying to figure out what to do with Jack Evans. He seems to be quite over, so we can work with that. Now we have Colbin Carino and Dave Finlay Jr. losing to the Lord Villains. Again, these are working quite well as a team from NXT, so I'm liking using these to promote my main roster tag teams at the moment. Sin Cara defeats Elias Sampson. Again, just want to keep some of the guys not quite in storylines happy. Flex Freeman and Warren Kavanagh lose to the Young Bucks. The Bucks' chemistry's through the roof, obviously, brothers, and they're involved in a big tag team feud, but they weren't going to be used on the actual card tonight, so we're just sticking with seeing what Flex Freeman can do, really, because Warren Kavanagh is someone not quite getting used. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him around. Fandango defeats No Way Jose. Keeping Fandango happy with some wins. Simple enough. And my main event was Tyson Kidd defeating Cody Hall by submission, and it's a reasonably good match considering Cody Hall isn't quite over yet either. So we jump straight into the main show, where we have AJ Styles and Randy Orton squaring up as they are getting ready for their match at SummerSlam, with CM Punk promises that he'll be the guy facing one of them next, and Brock Lesnar comes out and tells Punk to cool his jets. Basically, he's not going to always get a title shot when he's around. So this is all set up nicely. CM Punk is facing Bobby Roode in a #1 contenders match, and Brock Lesnar is warning Punk. So I'm teasing the idea of Punk facing somebody, Lesnar facing somebody soon, but I don't know who. Again, this is going to get a poor rating because it's too many times we've used this. The Revival defeat the world's greatest tag team. I don't really know. I thought I created something the week before where the Revival proving themselves. I want to try and break Shelton Benjamin away, so Charlie Haas might be leaving soon, because I can't really do much with Charlie Haas as an occasional competitor. Bubba Ray calls out Oblivion Max demanding his title match. And this goes back to the fact that Bubba Ray was going to face Cesaro in a #1 contenders match for the European Championship, but got injured the week before, so he couldn't compete. So now Bubba Ray is fit, he wants that title match he never got the chance to have, and Oblivion Max accepts, which I think's fair. Going into SummerSlam we could have one more title change, and this will be happening later tonight. Next one, I just put together a 5 or a 10-man tag. This was just throwing all of the storylines together to try and move them forward. I got the Welcome and the Cruiserweights, because the Welcome one has Nakamura and Okada, Pentagon Jr. and Fenix in, and the Cruiserweights is Alexander Gulak, Koto, Lamas, Atami and Rich Swann. It does everything it needs to do without really giving us a brilliant match. I am going to look to start doing a few more individual rivalries between these guys, because Okada and Nakamura are brilliant together, and I could do Pentagon Jr. and Fenix as they are related. And I've also got Atami, who's a great worker. This is a promo. Basically, it's a major announcement coming at SummerSlam. There's going to be an announcement that will change the face of this save, not just these shows. And I'm just going to start using the managers to hype this each week. So Shane and Sting are the GMs on Shockwave, so they are promoting this major announcement. Cesaro basically squashes Solomon Crow in a brutal match, and then he gives a promo on Oblivion Max to say that he's going to be the one to take that title, and we're going to keep on going. I did a little mix here, so I had Titus and Jay Briscoe versus Carl Anderson and Murphy. This was basically just to keep the tag titles. I got the new team on the block, which is the Briscoes, the Club, and the Bucks. And then we have Titus O'Neil, the Primetime Players versus Blake and Murphy. This keeps the storyline going, and I'm happy. A solid enough match without having to do too much promo work, because I want to let this build past SummerSlam, especially the Briscoes and the Club. There's a lot more to come from this. Tyler Breeze, Aiden Indus and the Ford Villains cut a promo of Fandango and the Hype Bros. They wanted to get involved in their business at the next Shockwave. It's going to be 3-on-3. So I've set this up to be a 3-on-3 because there is no room on the SummerSlam card for it, and I could do a teaser match on the pre-show that has some continuation where Fandango might get some wins, because at the moment Tyler Breeze is getting all of the good out of this. And then Tyler Breeze defeats Zack Sabre Jr. They're pretty similar in performance. I think this could be a good match in the future, and they both improved, which is good. Bobby Roode does a CM Punk impression gimmick idea, and CM Punk breaks up the shenanigans basically. Bobby Roode isn't happy with the straight edge thing, so he plays around with the boozing and the drugs and, gets right under Punk's skin. And here's the European title match where Oblivion Max defeats Bubba Ray. I went for a slightly longer match. It's a solid enough match for these two, and I'm happy that this is the outcome. And afterwards, Cesaro floors the champion and takes the title, and I am going to complete this turn and hope that it's not disaster. I wanted a heel Cesaro in this, and I had to build it up, because if you do it over one segment, it ruins it. So it happened, and it's good. So Cesaro is a heel now. My main event for the match, for the night, was Randy Orton facing Austin Aries. The 79s was a very good match between the two. Austin Aries obviously loses. Randy Orton wins. And AJ Styles comes out and RKO's Randy Orton out of nowhere, sending him the final message. Or a message, not the final one, because they face each other. They could have another outcome of their storyline next week. I'm going to end the show, and we're going to have a guess that we got about a 76 to 78. There was 79, I'm happy with that, moving forward. So we're going to head back to the main screen. And we're back to the main screen, so we'll see what the news is like. Shockwave struck gold, which is happy time. And then the Hall of Immortals has taken a new member in. Amazing Kong has retired. That's nothing unusual, is it? Let's be honest. I don't want to do decisions in case there's any spoilers, and the same with the news, which will risk the news. Swagger complaint. Okay, well that's easy to solve. Creative meeting. Who is hot? Nakamura and Punk are on there, and Dash Wilder, so they're all off Shockwave. Charlie Haas is going further down, and Alicia Fox is moving up, which is good. Let's just see. Next big things, hot prospects. So we've got. I'm going to start potentially releasing these over the next few months. I know popularity, or it might be a special occasion for Undertaker and Rock Angle. They might be sort of like, I might put one on each roster and be like an open challenge from a pay-per-view to push some younger talent. Goldust and Devon, well, they can go probably. And the storylines for Shockwave. Breeze is 42. That's always low. I don't get why that's so low. Be a lot higher. Never mind. This will gain a momentum again. This is great. Solid. Oh, that's probably the best it's been. And that's good enough for where we're going. So we will conclude this show here, and we'll be back with Raw, building up to the major announcement. What do you reckon it will be? Come back and see.